Let's get right into it.
Do you want to be a stand-up comedian? Well, if you are in China, it's going to cost you. You may even get banned just for telling a joke. Like Li Haoshi, whose entertainment company has been charged $2 million. For what? It's because of a joke that the government did not like. This is true, and this might just be the costliest joke in the world. Take a look at our next report to find out.
You heard it here first. They were charged $2 million. Li Haoshi. His name is actually, he goes by House. That's what we're going to call him throughout this video. House got charged $2 million. Not 2 million yen. Not 2 million anything else. He got charged $2 million US. So, what we're getting right now is a look into the future. What could be for us? You know, this is happening in China right now, where he's just getting charged, possibly could face jail time. We're seeing Europe. We're seeing them establish hate speech laws that can land people in prison, get them hefty fines. And now we're even seeing Canada. Canada has a law that if you protest near a protected group, in Canada's case, it is the LGBT community. If they are at an event and you try to protest within 100 meters of them, you can be charged up to $25,000. This type of thing keeps getting closer and closer to the United States, which I have made very clear in my stance is the last stand before there is a massive takeover by the elites in power that be. It's the last stance in democracy, a real democracy, a place where you have actual God-given rights, a place where you have a constitution. I don't think people, I even would say the American people, do not realize how important the Constitution is, how special the Constitution is, and how something like that, if that's done away with, if that's pushed aside and all of what we see going on, you know, by the World Economic Forum and different entities like that, if they continue to just usher in their way of things and push the Constitution to the side, that's it for the whole world. I really do believe that. And I know a lot of people think that's crazy, but you just don't understand what the Constitution is at that point. I'm just going to go a little deeper into this story. So this is a journalist. Her name is Inconvenient Truths by Jennifer Zhang. But I like the name Inconvenient Truth. She's good. Who is she? She's a member of the International Press Association, first-hand info and unique insights about China and the CCP. Man. So basically she's talking about House here, punished and banned for allegedly insulting the People Liberation Army. That's what the PLA is. He made a joke. Now, what was this joke? How offensive was this joke? Now, if you're in America, if you're in North America, period, and I tell you that a joke got banned, you're thinking all sorts of things. You're thinking way past George Carlin. You're going into the realm of Dave Chappelle. You're hearing vulgar language pop into your head, all sorts of stuff, right? Let me tell you the joke. I'm going to tell you the joke and then I'll give you a little background. I'm going to do it full comedic flair here, okay? I'm the guy telling the joke. I saw two squirrels. I saw my two dogs chasing a squirrel, and I thought to myself, they have excellent conduct and can win the battle. That's it. $2 million, please. Now you're thinking that can't just be the joke. That was the whole joke. That was it. Now, a little background into that really, really quick. In China, if you're called a dog, and she references that here, when people are referred to someone as a dog or a stray dog, it carries a negative connotation and even can be seen as an insult. So, and the Liberation Party, which I can't believe they have something called the Liberation Party to begin with, which is wild to me, but they do. Their motto is, we have excellent conduct and can win the battle. So basically, he took their catchphrase and said that's what he thinks of when he sees his two dogs chasing a squirrel. Basically, it's like basically saying, when I saw this unfair fight, I think of the People's Liberation Party. It's a good play on words. He's kind of letting his stance be known, but the Chinese government was having none of it, and they charged him $2 million. And also, I mean, let's be honest, who knows what else is going to happen to this gentleman? But the reason that I bring this up is because, like I said at the beginning, this is a look into the future. At some point, this place, the China, had to have been something like the West. At some point in time. And I'm not saying that they were just like us or anything like that, but they had to be somewhere in the realm of having free speech and freedom, and they had to be there. You know, Europe was there, and now that's disappearing. At some, Iran was like that at one point, and now that's disappeared for them. And all it took was just one government stepping in, deciding that they were going to stay, implementing certain laws, then putting in, I believe, Sharia law, and then everything changed for that country. Everything. The women had to be covered up. You know, everybody all of a sudden had to fall in line with one way of thinking. You know, and we're not that far away from that. We feel like we are because we've never seen anything like that happen in the West, but we're not that far away from it. So I just wanted to bring a little light to this story. This happened on May 13th. And yeah, that was the whole joke. And now he's getting charged $2 million, him and his publishing company. So just during the parade, celebrating the 90th celebration of the People's Liberation Party. Sorry, you guys can't see that. Jinping rode in the field inspection vehicle past reviewing stands. The soldiers in formation shouted in unison, "Follow the party's command, capable of winning battles with excellent conduct." Exactly. So he basically just took that and like spun it around and kind of put it towards his dogs. And that was all it took. That was all it took. And that sounds ridiculous. But guess what? You go to some African societies right now and you say, well, yeah, what happened? I got in big trouble. This person says that they are this gender and I said the wrong gender by mistake because it slipped my mind. I said it by mistake, and yeah, I got in trouble and I got fired from my job. They would look at you like, wow, that's crazy. What? Why did that? Was it law? Like, you got fired? Your family got mad at you? Your friends got mad at you? They would look at a lot of the stuff that's happening to us right now is completely insane. So when you hear that joke about two dogs and a squirrel and you're like, poof, I can't believe that place. You know how that place is with their dictators and whatnot. You got to think that's close to us. A look into the future of what could actually be, you know, and this became real news. Chinese comedian trope hit with $2 million U.S. penalty for making jokes about the People's Liberation Party. That's it. That's all he had to do. He mocked the slogan. You know, what happens now when you mock who's in office now? Whether you're somebody who's mocking Trudeau or you're somebody that's mocking Biden, what happens to you? Well, right now, it's like you might just get a little slap on the wrist via Twitter. You know, if you do it in public, maybe they'll take you away. Maybe you go to a press conference, shout something at Trudeau or Biden. Maybe you get taken away. You know, maybe you get arrested if you kind of resist and don't want to leave. What happens when the fines roll in? What happens when the serious prison time roll in? What happens when everything's hate speech? What happens when you can't say things that oppose the government and not even oppose it in a negative way, oppose it in a constructive way? What ends up happening? You know, we end up turning into this place and we all end up like this guy right here, charged with $2 million. I am trying to get a hold of him, though I doubt he speaks any English for me to interview him. I am trying to get a hold of him just to hear what's going on from his own mouth. That'd be great. But yeah, this is a look into the future, guys. This is really what can happen. If you stay silent, if you stay complacent, if you stay comfortable, if you decide I have too many bills to worry about anything, and you know what, I'm guilty of it too. And yeah, it's not gonna be good for us. if we continue to kind of be this way, you know? And every time I see this in other countries, it really stands out to me because it's just like, poof, man, they were like us at one point. They for sure had freedom at one point. They didn't always have a social credit system. They didn't always have an everything app where everything is tracked through one app. They didn't have that before. And then now you hear New York is now trying to track people's food purchases. Right? And right now it's meat and the vegans are like, yeah. And then all of a sudden it's going to be all food and everybody's going to be like, whoa. Then the social credit score comes out. You know, first it's just self-checkout at a grocery store. Then all of a sudden it's robotic police. Then all of a sudden it's AI. And then all of a sudden people are losing their jobs. The more we ignore this type of stuff, it's not going to be good for society. It's not going to be good for your children. You know, as I get older, that's what I think about now. You know, the decisions we make or don't make, they impact our children severely. And they impact our children's children even more. You know? But I just wanted to go into that a little bit. It's a very odd story. And yeah, other than that, I am out.